Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, oh, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Well now, it's Friday, not Wednesday, yet the 16th is today, so... Wait a minute, 16th of November. Holy Hannah! I've been doing the J-Man Show for 2 years! Oh, no, forget the cold open. Hey, let's start it all up, alright? Welcome to the J-Man Show here on...
J360 Radio.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Hey, everybody. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, sup, J360 Legion? 2 years of greatness, huh? 2 whole years. 77 episodes. Man, it's double luck then, huh? Maybe that's what I should have called this episode, but... You know, at the end of the day, I just feel good to be back behind the mic. I'm using the portable setup tonight just to chill out here and everything else. I would use the other gear, but I'm busy with that for other things. Plus, there's still a Cyclone episode that still needs to be ready for tomorrow. So you got a lot to look forward to. But man, it is so good to be back here with all of you discussing important things that have happened since hiatus came. Yeah, I know the Monster Fest was kind of left hanging there for a little bit, but I'm going to tie it on with telling you all this. Well, I got older, so I'm officially 32 now. And there's another thing where on Halloween, I just chilled out. You know, as much as I like to walk around the neighborhood and say, hey, give me some damn Snickers and some Milky Ways, it just wasn't going to happen this year. I just wanted to chill out and sit back and watch some Mystery Science Theater 3000. Which, by the way, they got a holiday marathon coming up soon. Their Turkey Day special, I never miss it. So I'm going to sit there and watch some of that, too, while I'm gouging down on some food. Oh, man. And speaking of which, I'm looking at some of it right now. They're talking about Hercules and the Moon Men. Good episode. But that's not important right now. What's important is my time with all of you. So, yeah, those 2 days, I really didn't do too much. I just needed to chill out for a little while. And not to mention that on the day after the festivities, I had to go back to classes and get some stuff ready for the final projects. I don't have too much going on in that regard where, you know, I actually can go ahead and have a leisure life. Right now, just everything coming at me. You know what I'm saying? I finished one project, here comes another project. I finished that project, there's another one sitting on deck. It's like pretty much how the Eagles are playing right now with no depth. You know what I'm saying? It's just all coming at you at once, but you're holding down and doing what you got to do. So that's why the power play didn't happen, and that's why certain plans that I had didn't come to fruition. So at best, like, I had to take a break from the J-Man show itself, you know? But in doing so, some of y'all probably say, well, it did stop you from going over there to the Cyclone. Hey, I own that show too. Why not? I had to make sure that's doing fine. And Alan and Mark have been holding it down, so I got nothing but respect for those two. Yes, I said it. I have respect for Al. Isn't that weird? Wait until summer and spring. Yeah, you're going to see a lot of weird stuff happen in 2019. Good stuff, but, you know, it'll really give you a good look at how me and Al's friendship is from time to time. And which, by the way, those of you out there in the J360 Podverse, we need to go ahead and team up. I've teamed up with some of you, but I know there's a lot of you out there that I really need to get you guys on this show sometime. So let's work that out. Send me an email, j360productions@outlook.com, and let me know what episode you'd like to be on. And be aware of the times and the days. I'm going to start trying to do some of our meetups on the weekends and stuff. And for those of you that are on PlayStation Network, I'm on there too. So you just let me know what's happening as well. And hey, who knows? You guys can probably drop in on the power play and talk to me anytime you want to. It just really depends on what you guys want to do and stuff like that, because all this work is going to pay off, and soon enough I won't be as busy as I am right now. So, just come on in and see how I'm doing. Then again, I might be a little ahead of the game on that one because I still do own this company, right? So that's not exactly a day off, but you know what I'm saying. The thing is that you got to make time for stuff. And the most important thing about it is life is not going to give you all that time that you even think that you're going to get. So you can't push stuff back till tomorrow, as we all know. And a fine example of not pushing back and giving it your all and doing the best you can, regardless what, just to tell a great story, one of the greatest icons of our time has passed on recently. He was 95 years old, and his catchphrase was Excelsior. Stan the Man Lee is no longer with us. He's up there with his wife Joan now, I'd like to think. The man who brought us Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, X-Men, Avengers, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Silver Surfer, I mean, you name it. And if it has the Marvel logo around it, chances are it came from him, not Cap. Cap was made by two different people. But the thing is that the man was so iconic, just like the Marvel brand itself. He was Marvel to us. And the fact that he's now gone, a lot of people are sad, but I'm sad too. But on the other end, I'm happy. Because the man lived a full life, and he shared a lot of these great ideals with us. Enough to the point where it inspires a lot of us to come up with some creations of our own. You see what I'm saying? And he lived a full life. 95 years. 5 less from 100, I mean, a lot of people, when you make it to that is a milestone in general. That's a milestone just like anything else. To live that long, to see so many things happen. And my only regret is I didn't get to interview him and really get to know exactly how to do things the way he did. The only thing I can do now is really find the books that he helped write and learn from that sort of knowledge, or watch some of the documentaries that he had. But for those of you that were fortunate enough to meet him, and you're deciding whether to do creative intent or get some stuff together so that you can make your own comics, hey, why wait? That's what I get out of Stan passing. When he passed, it makes you realize this. Why are you sitting here with unfinished work when you know that stuff can make you a mint? That stuff can actually inspire other people to create their own franchises. You never know. You could get a book deal about 5 to 10 years down the road. I mean, I know those numbers seem kind of far off for you, but still, there's a chance that you can make something out of that. And for a lot of us out here, I guess it's because it's a lot more work when you're on your own. But nobody said you had to be on your own. You got to find your tribe. Or your tribe will find you if you're good enough and if you're able to get your vocals out there and say, you know what, I would like people to work with me. I'm the leader of J360 Productions. Right now, J360 TV is not coming until 2019, but I know J360 Radio is booming. How about a lot of y'all come and work with me from time to time? Let's work together. Let's connect. Let's do what needs to be done. The mission statement is to build that tribe and to make sure that we all can work together as a unit so that we can grow. Part of a community here. A community that I missed out on for a little bit, I know, because of my busy schedule. But I got to make more time. You know what I mean? That's how you build. And then by making that time, okay, I even took a look back at some of the unfinished work that I've had. Did you know that at one time, before I started doing J360 Radio, I had a plan for 10 short films. And I managed to get at least 3 of those made. Along with the 4th short film being unfinished and the 5th short film just sitting there as scraps. I don't know whether it was writer's block or I just fell into the trap of I don't have enough time. But the thing about it is that I don't have enough time is like you got to figure that I don't have enough time is just as bad as saying, yeah. See, I'm drawing a total blank at that. When you think about it, you got to really take a look at what time that you do have. Like, I know some people have kids, but the thing is, they still push for their passion. They still set aside time for their passion. So while you think about it, it's like, do you really not have enough time? Or is it not enough time that you're willing to put towards your goal? You see what I'm saying? There's little things like that get me thinking from time to time, because, you see, while on some occasions I'm not working for a newspaper, there could be some times where I could write a couple of editorials, where I could go ahead and put a few things up on the website and stuff like that. Now, it might not be things that a lot of the public eye love and appeal to, but at least it's something. You know what I'm saying? And like, for sometimes screenwriting can be difficult. I mean, I know a lot of people will look at those how to screenwrite kind of things, and everybody will sit there and be like, I can't do this. I can't stick the format. I can't yada, yada, yada. Once you start thinking that way, then you start saying that you need more time because you didn't make time. You're into analysis paralysis. And you see, as for me, I got so many great ideas, and I got so many great plans, and I have all these things, but, you know, got this one lifetime. And see, Stan, he had people help him along the way. Yeah, I talk about it like he's on a first name basis, but that's how I feel. But the thing about it is, Mr. Lee, he had people working with him. Now, some of you out there will probably argue and say, well, most of that work was Jack Kirby. Don't start that. The man just passed away. Jack Kirby's getting his due respect right now. Granted, it's posthumous, but that's just life. A lot of great creators and artists are finally getting their due afterwards. You know what I mean? Like Steve Ditko. Steve Ditko got more respect and more acknowledgement when he passed on than the man did when he was alive. And of course, there's always going to be some exceptions to the rule, like when the first Spider-Man movie came out in 2002. But the thing is that a lot of people forget, you know? And you really shouldn't forget. And there's going to be a big-time comic-based episode where I can tell you all about this, but the thing is, with his passing, it inspired me even more, because it's something to say, you know, who knows how long I'm going to be here? Who knows how long any of you guys are going to be here? And why are we worried about things that we didn't fulfill? I mean, granted, some of you probably say, I did it, I didn't like it, so I moved on with my life. Okay, I understand that. But in the end, you made a final choice not to do it anymore. It's just like, if there's things I always could be doing. Like, say, like, if a friend of mine who's a comedian wanted some jokes and needed some jokes, how come I'm not helping him by doing some comedy writing of things I experienced so that could help him out? You see what I'm saying? Or how about if somebody wants to film a movie, how come I'm not writing the script out and selling it to them so they can option for it? And of course I get a cut of the proceeds, and, you know, like, we're going to work all that out. But the thing is this. There's always a way you can be a part of the industry. And there's always a way you can be a juggernaut for the new age. Now, of course, there's politics and all sorts of other BS that you have to deal with. I mean, granted, that's going to follow you. I mean, as long as you're a living, breathing person on this planet, that stuff's going to be behind you every step of the way. But it's all about how you navigate and manage towards it. Usually. So as I look at this from time to time, I always think, hey, you know, I'm going to pull out some of this old gear. I'm going to pull out some of this equipment. I'm going to set aside some time for writing, because right now, that's what needs me more so than certain productions that I have. It's not that I turn my back on them. It's just right now, they're not the most important. So you got to organize everything. Otherwise, it's just me going left and right, throwing gobbledygook at you, and then you're wondering what the hell I'm talking about. And we already have enough episodes of that in the canon, right? Oh, man. But the truth is that, you know, I'm ready to make movies again. I'm ready to do some short films. I'm ready to finish that one that was unfinished. You know, I'm ready to start from scratch and just do what needs to be done. Like, will there be a J-Man Show-based movie? Probably. Why not? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can sit there and talk about, like, oh, it's a bad idea, it's yada, 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 it's all this kind of stuff. I know somebody that does that crap. And I argue with them all the time about it. Because at the end of the day, you never know. That's a moneymaker right there. And you just let it pass you by because you listen to somebody else. You got to listen to yourself. You got to think about the passion that you're willing to invest in it. And you see, some other people out there have duped themselves into thinking, well, I need some certain equipment so I could do all that and everything else. You probably do, but you got to think of what phase you're in. If you're thinking that you need After Effects and you know you're in pre-production, maybe you need to chill a little bit. You can figure and factor that a little bit later, but I mean pre-production as in actually getting the notes down and everything else. That's post stuff. Put the post stuff in the post, put the pre in the pre, and get where you need to go so you can get to the real deal. That's how we make it. You know? And I talk about that from the step up because that's what this was all about. This was me making movies, being a job creator, and providing something new for everybody. An innovator, if you will. Certain ideas that I have might not make it to film, but they can make it to other mediums. Like the J-Man Show, for instance. A lot of broad ideas. Could have made it a video-based show, but you know what? I kind of like it better as a radio show, and here we are right now. And then J360 Radio came along because I was thinking, well, how about reviving that sports show that really didn't get a fair shake in 2015? And then all of a sudden, there's the Cyclone. See where it goes? And then the Power Play, well, the Power Play really depends on which channel you want. And maybe I should make a poll for that, so that's what I'm going to do. How about this? Next week, since, let's see, what am I doing Monday? Monday, I think I'm kind of open. Next week, I'm going to go ahead and try to share 2 games to you all on different channels. We're going to do a little bit of a prototype session. This is where you and the J360 Legion and the Podverse can help me out. We will do one on Twitch, and we'll do one on YouTube. Whichever one you guys choose, okay, I'm going to let you guys vote on it and see like which one will work out best. It's not about me at that point. It's about where you guys would like to see it land at. Because if one outweighs the other, that's where it's going to be. I mean, I know at this point, this is where somebody could chime in and say, well, you know, you got Restream, slow your roll. I don't have that tech yet. It's coming, but I don't have that yet. So, right now, we're going to use the voting scenario for the first season revival of the J360 Power Play, and you all can help me out with that. And since this is a very innovative episode here for the J-Man Show, I want to let you guys know this. We do have a hotline now. It is open to any single J360 show. You guys are going to have to announce the show that you're trying to speak towards, but you can leave a voicemail to us. And that number is 240-903-1634. You can call that hotline anytime you want to. Just leave your voicemail. And since we have this capability, I'm going to start playing them back. So make sure you're all together upstairs on what you want to say. Because if you're drunk and that stuff's there and I find it funny, it's going to be broadcast to everybody. Yeah, that's what you all get. Lying and crap. And you know what? Like I say, I do honor the bro code from time to time. Nah, not really. Nah. You're in trouble just the same then. So make sure you just keep it clean and have a good time about that. Because, boy howdy, if it's one of those kind of things that I think it is, like where that man tried to propose to his girlfriend or whatever, and it didn't work out, yeah. Oh, you better believe that scenario is going to be on that show. But yeah, like, I'm opening the gates, guys. I mean, I want to grow this brand, and every single one of you all is a part of it. So, hey, let's just make this happen. Because the journey's been really rewarding as of late. I mean, looking back on it, like when I started this series, I didn't think that it was going to grow as much as it did. And it has grown significantly. I mean, right now we're even on Podbean. And we're still on SoundCloud. Yeah, I remember I told you guys about the great move. Yeah, that happened, by the way. I mean, I just been on the raps about it. We're on Podbean too, j360radio.podbean.com. And since some of you all actually like us on SoundCloud, I was like, hey, let's just keep it. So, yeah, pretty much we did move, but we didn't move to the point where we got rid of the other one. Yeah, I'm not getting rid of SoundCloud yet. But if SoundCloud almost ran out of business and fall apart, if it ever does that again, like it did last time, chances are at least you got the Podbean. You know what I mean? So it's like little things like that. We're still together on this one, but I'm just letting you all know that we did move. It's just that it's a second channel sitting right there. And how many of you out there use Radio Public? Okay, for those in the back of the room, if you use Radio Public, send me an email or leave a comment below and let me know about that, because we're there too. So, you know, the show and actually the whole station is just about everywhere now. So, you know, it's good. Like, for those of you that like Google Podcasts, those of you that like iTunes, those of you that like Stitcher Radio, or basically use Podcast Addict to follow any of the things we do. By the way, search J360 Radio, which they say you're not supposed to do, but we're going to do it anyway because we're going to bend guidelines. If you search J360 Radio, chances are we're there, so that's us. You know, and it helps us grow. Because, I mean, the future is looking pretty bright for this whole thing, and I'm willing to put aside and do what I got to do to help this stuff grow, and it all returns to you, because there's going to be merchandise, there's going to be... Yeah, there's definitely going to be merchandise. I've got the ideas and the design set, so got a lot to look forward to. I hope to go ahead and have you guys help out with the funding from time to time. And it just works. I mean, if you know how to do it right, and I will be 100% honest with you all, then we got nothing but the sky's the limit with all of us. And I mean, it worked for a lot of our Podverse friends out there, so why not? But, going back into something else, though, since we got more to discuss. When it comes to certain video games from time to time, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to go back in time a little, too. Now, for one aspect of the Power Play, you're going to get the PS4 and all that kind of stuff. But the other aspect is certain games are not being re-released like they should. And luckily for me, I have copies of them. So you're going to see some interesting stuff pop up as well. Now it's all about the production phase of everything and getting that into you all. So you'll see what happens as soon as things change in December, because that's usually where it all changes at. So, you know, and if you have some concerns about any sort of J360 show, you know, just email me and the guys and we'll go from there. Also, J360 Radio Live, you're probably wondering about that show. That happens in summer and spring. And for those of you that want to be on the guest list for that, you know, just send me an email about it and we'll go from there. Yep. And I'll keep it open on like when we're doing it and stuff like that, because, oh, by the way, if any of you have like webcams, let me know. Let me know, because once J360 TV starts, we's gonna be using it. Stepping it up in a big way, folks. Stepping it up in a big way. Oh, man. And what the hell is going on in this movie? Yeah, this is a very strange movie. I mean, like, this is way back in the day when they did Swords and Sandals, right? And, you know, the big beefy men that pretty much are out here trying to save princesses and stuff. They're on action adventure. And this is like Hercules versus the Moon Men. And I think Hercules got knocked out at least like, what, two to four times in this film? And he's not showing his impressive feats of strength like he's known for. And now I'm seeing another chick being chased by a bunch of stone golems, I guess. Wow, this movie really, wow. They got away with a lot back in those days, you know? And seeing how this all plays out from time to time, it's amazing. This movie got greenlit, but everybody else on YouTube, when they make like certain independent films, they're sitting there scared, wondering what people will think. I mean, if you make a movie where people actually will talk about it, even if it's in a mocking sort of way, you gotta think this. You did something that a lot of people didn't do. You made a movie. You see what I'm saying? You made a movie. It's just like what Tommy Wiseau, or the man who made Birdemic, or basically any Ed Wood movie. Those people, even though they made some questionable films, they still made some films. And they lived full lives. Yeah, Tommy Wiseau's doing great. He's like a mythical figure now. And the man who made Birdemic, isn't he like making a third one? And let's not start with the guy who made Sharknado, because it might be the last Sharknado for now, but that was his bread and butter. He also did a movie about tarantulas too, right? It's not Eight-Legged Freaks, but it was another sci-fi based movie. Like all those kind of movies that that I'm throwing at you right now, it's like this. Think about them, and then think about Stan Lee, and think about like how they just gave their lives to the creative process. But the thing about it is, even if they had a strong backing, they had a strong following and everything else, they made it happen. Not to mention like how other players in the game probably shaped it too. I know Jim Shooter was like a big thing. He's a polarizing figure in comics though. But when he was like editor-in-chief at Marvel, he was all about characterization, story, and crossovers from time to time. He was about that. Then later on, I guess he either got canned or he got fired. No, well, got canned, got fired, the same thing. He either got fired or he quit and then started doing Valiant Comics. Which, by the way, Valiant Comics isn't that bad. I like X-O Manowar. And the Turok comics are usually Alan's favorite, Long Shadow Man, but, you can talk to him about that some other time. But as I look into it, I mean, there were comics I wanted to do back in the day. I don't know whether they were comical or whatnot, but I know back in high school I kind of wanted to try my hand at it. Now, I couldn't draw for crap, but if there's one thing I'm damn good at, it's writing. So, I always try my hand at, writing it all down. And then there were times where, I didn't really know the genesis behind it. Like, like how you have, like, a set format, a set skill set and stuff. Well, you see, I didn't really care about that too much. I would just write just to write. Now, there's one occasion where I was thinking, all right, should I do the 22-page, or should I just do, like, newspaper comics, or should I do, like, here and there? So I had the whole layout based on a few things. But chances are I couldn't draw. I just knew how to just do, like, wording. And after a while, that's all it became, because I didn't know any artists at the time. Now, I do plan on meeting a few artists, so if there's any of you out there that are about the underground comic scene or anything, let me know sometime, and maybe I can go ahead and tidy up some of these scripts that can never be made into movies, and probably turn them into something fun with you. And you see, that's when you know it's a collaborative event at that point. Because, I mean, with the way the independent industry is thriving, I mean, why not create something just as good? Like, I wouldn't mind doing a 10-issue run about certain things. Let's see, like a fictional backstory on something like neo-noir or whatever. I wouldn't mind doing that. And I'd help you from time to time. Like, I'm grasping at straws right now because I did just get off the day job, and, after I ate, I'm ready to just call it a day. But I'm not doing that quite yet, because this is y'all time with me. And at this point of the show, I would have a bunch of people chime in and send a couple of things, but we haven't grown that much yet. But I know it's coming. And when it does, you guys can go ahead and ask questions from here on out. I'll have the number set up for you all to do so. So, just little things to look into. But, no, man, I'm ready to make some more content. I'm ready to go ahead and take it to that next level. I wouldn't mind writing a few sketch comedy ideas. Like, this is the time now. There's not going to be a day where I'm going to get all this extra time. I mean, I'm 32 now. You understand what I'm saying? If I can subtract 10 years from this, at 22, I was at Pepsi saying the same damn thing. Oh, gave it away. Well, that's the soda company I used to work for back in the day. You're not going to get to know my new one, though. Oh, man. But truth be told, though, I mean, it's been good so far, guys. Like, especially with starting from being raw, untamed, and crass for 40 episodes leading to now. Which, by the way, I was trying to think of how to divide the series up from season to season. And you see, on some cases, I never really took a break unless it was an unannounced hiatus. So it's kind of hard for me to decipher, like, which would be the season end and which would not be the season end. I mean, maybe as an unofficial rule, I can go ahead and say that each time the anniversary shows up, that's the end of the season. But once I get into producing, I never really stop. So it's like, maybe I'm just going to let you guys know this. The first 40 episodes, because I'm never going back and editing those things. I'm sorry for any potential employer out there who probably said, you said a lot of wild stuff. Yeah, I was a younger guy then, and at the same time, I had reasons for saying those things. I apologize, but I consider the first 40 episodes of the J-Man Show works of art, and I was being true to my word like I am right now, except that, I was in the Navy at the time. So, what I'm saying is this. Those will be the uncut sessions. And without those 40 episodes, there would be no shape to these newer episodes. Where I'm a lot more sophisticated, yet still ornery. You know what I'm saying? This is the time to be by the way, if things sound kind of jumpy right now, it's because internet connection problems outside. There's a lot of crazy. Going back into it though, I've just been doing a lot of, just letting you guys know that where the division of this whole thing is. So I don't think about any sort of season set except for, this being the second anniversary and all. Now maybe by the time of the third anniversary, I'll probably figure this out, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. And sitting here chilling on Spreaker, I can tell you one reassuring thing. There's going to be more of them to come. And Spreaker is the home base, in case you didn't realize. SoundCloud is okay, but Spreaker is definitely going to be it because of the lives. So, just letting you all know about that. Now, for those of you out there, maybe I can go ahead and let you know this. We are less than 25 episodes away from 100. Now, maybe I can go ahead and try to get to 100 before the end of the year. That should be the next goal. Maybe we can try that. But what I would like to do for those next episodes coming on in, I would like to make them crossovers. I would like to go ahead and cross over what other podcasters can't talk right now. A lot of podcasters, actors, artists, musicians, any of you out there, who are willing to be a part of it, let me know sometime and we'll go from there. And then we could go ahead and just make, just end the year out with a bang. Wouldn't that be kind of cool? It could be like our own take on, Ryan Seacrest's New Year Rockin' Eve. We could do that. I would love to do that, speaking of which. Maybe I should go ahead and make some designs for it. But hey, I'm just letting you guys know, in honor of Stan Lee, and in honor of living a full life like that, all of us out here, we're capable of so much more than we let ourselves be. Granted, we have to work towards them, and granted that it's going to take time and things will be difficult. But it doesn't mean it ain't less fun. It just means it's going to be tedious. And I'm going to have some fun. Oh, yeah. And chances are, since I'm going to be doing the J-Man Show until my untimely death, whatever that is, that's just the way it's going to be going, guys. I mean, I'm going to do this series. I mean, I'm sure some of y'all are probably thinking, what about the Cyclone? Yeah, I'm sure, but, the J-Man Show is just always mine, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, right, they're both mine, but I don't know, we'll see. I mean, because the Cyclone, you work with other people, but this series, this was always me working with everybody else, so, it's a different take. But that's just to let you all know and setting the ground rules for something new, because we got bigger things to do. The adventure continues from here on out, guys, and while it's been a good hiatus, I've rested long enough, so it's time to get back to work. Which reminds me, there is another series coming. It's called the Mini Bites, but I don't think the Mini Bites are going to be on Anchor FM. I think, if anything else, it's going to be on another sector here on Spreaker. So I'm still working that out. That's why you haven't heard anything yet. And considering the subject matter for some of the things for the Mini Bites, yeah, it's going to be something. But I've already talked to your ear off for right now, and I want to thank everybody for supporting the show. Thank you for coming and telling me happy anniversary. It was, it gets me right here, guys. I'm very happy to make this show for you all, and I hope that you guys continue to support as we go into newer ventures from here on out. because it's going to be a blast. I'll tell you that right now. But that's it. This is Jay signing off. You all take it easy. Peace out.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right. ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.